Are you afraid of losing money in the stock market? There are many mistakes that beginners make when they're starting their investing journey. Today, I will show you what those mistakes are in order for you to minimize your losses and maximize your profits. The most common mistakes that beginner investors make is that they get their investments from the news, from whatever their friends tell them, from social media, and this is a horrible mistake. Why? Because you don't know if those people are right. People view the stock market as a casino, and it's not a casino. You can make money from it. You just have to make sure that you're invested in the right things. So if you are somebody that takes advice from somebody that you don't know if they have any results, or you take advice from some guy in the news, I'm telling you right now, that is not a good idea. You will most likely lose money, or you could win, but it's going to be uncertain. It's going to be 50-50 chance that you're going to win or lose. So even if you have taken advice from somebody and it's worked for you, I suggest not to do that, because at the end of the day, you need to develop your own strategies and you need to figure out what are the best choices for you. And if you do not want to do any of that, then I suggest you go the safe route and you put your money into ETFs, mutual funds, etc. Investing mistake number 2 is waiting for the best time to invest. Honestly, you could be a technical investor. You could do some technical analysis in order to find out when is the best time to put your money from day to day, or from hour to hour, whatever the case might be. But in those situations, you are risking yourself, and you're risking losing more money, because that is not for sure. And even though some people have success with it, there's very low chances that you will succeed in timing the market. And I suggest that you just either find a good company that has good value and invest based on that, or simply make somebody else give your money to a professional, or put your money in once again in a mutual fund or an ETF, so it can grow in a more safe environment, rather than you picking the best time. Because the thing is that if you wait too much for the best time to invest, you might never invest. And nobody knows when the next crash is going to come. There's a lot of people that say that they know that, but nobody knows for sure when is the next crash coming. So the best bet is for you to invest right now in the safest thing, which is ETFs or mutual funds, and keep investing a certain amount every month or every week, however you want to do it. It's gonna average. There's gonna be bottoms, there's gonna be tops. You can also gonna be able to buy a lot of stock when companies are low, because you're not timing it like other people, that they might think it will be a bad time to invest because our stock is going down, but in reality it might be the bottom. But you will never know when the bottom is, and if you're buying the whole ride, you're gonna benefit from that discount when the stock continues to go up. And then once again, if you're buying high, you're still gonna benefit, because over time the stock is gonna hopefully surpass the highs if it's a good company that you're investing on, or if you're investing in the S&P or the Dow Jones, mutual funds, things like that. Investing mistake number 3 is not hitting that like button and subscribing to my channel. Investing mistake number 3 is picking individual stocks without any experience in the market. If you guys are picking like individual stocks and you don't have any experience in the stock market, I don't think that is a good idea. Once again, it could go well for you. You could get lucky and you can make money from it. But if you have no basis to pick that individual stock and you're not sure if it's a good company, or is something that you just took an advice from somebody, or something that you just have a feeling that is a good company, or a company that you like, that doesn't mean that it's a good stock, and doesn't mean that it's gonna make you money. So that's the third mistake. Do not pick individual stocks unless you have some experience, and unless you have a basis and you have a way to evaluate those individual stocks. And once again, and I this is really repetitive, if you don't have any experience and you want to get into the market, the best choice is to go to an ETF or a mutual fund. Stay away from individual stocks until you know what you're doing. And if you are gonna go into an individual stock, make sure that it's a small portion of your portfolio. You can use it like to experiment, and it could go very well for you, but it could also go very bad. Not having enough time invested. If you have like a month and you start losing money and you take out everything out of fear, then you might have made a big mistake, because the next month that you could have gotten your money back and you could have doubled it. So as long as you're in a safe investment such as an ETF or a mutual fund, if you are losing money in the moment, that does not mean that it's a good sign to take it out, because I promise you 99% of the time that those shares will go up. If you look at a graph of the S&P 500, you will see that over time there are crashes, there are bad times, but overall it always goes up, and it always ends up growing exponentially at a 10% rate. So if you are invested in a ETF that tracks the S&P 500, you will most likely lose money at some point, but overall you are gonna get a 10% return over time. And once again, you can go and try and beat the market and pick your own stocks, but if you are not getting over 10%, then you might as well like stop doing that and just invest it in the S&P, because in the S&P 500, because from what I know, from the research that I have done, from all the time that I spent studying this, and from my own experience and my own investments, I can assure you that surpassing the 10% growth rate of the S&P 500 is nearly impossible. And I'm not saying that nobody has done it. I'm just saying that it's very unlikely for you to do it, especially if you're a beginner. So stick with the basics. Leave your money in the safest bet, which is an ETF or mutual fund that tracks the S&P 500. Those are the 4 most common investing mistakes that I have thought about, and hopefully you don't make any of these mistakes, and hopefully you take my advice, which is just put your money in a ETF or mutual fund that tracks the S&P 500. You will get a 10% return, and if you think you can do better by picking your own stocks, then go ahead, try. But I bet anything that you will not surpass the 10% rate that the S&P 500 is almost guaranteeing you. Yeah, but once again, guys, this is not financial advice, so you decide what you want to do with your money, and if you think you decide what is best for you. I am just telling you from the experience that I have, and from all the things that I read and all the studies that have been done and all that, and what all the experts are saying. The best bet is to keep it safe and invest in an ETF or a mutual fund or all these other things. Just try not to spend too much money on that. Try not to get like a financial advisor. A lot of times you can, if you have the money and you want to do that and you don't have the time, then okay, go get a financial advisor. But you can do it most likely you can do it by yourself. It's very easy to set it up. All you have to do is do your own research, find out what ETFs are, find out what the S&P 500 is, and and that way you will, you know, you will be ready and you will be making money. And I promise you that if you follow those steps, and I know it's a little boring and it takes some time, but you will make more money than all your friends who are putting money in like random stocks, and like not even knowing really what they're doing. Just like sometimes they're gonna get lucky and they're gonna make a lot of money, but most of the time they're not. And if they end up making money and then they continue that pattern, they are most likely gonna lose it. So yeah, guys, so hopefully this video helped. Hopefully you consider my advice, and if you enjoyed it, if you enjoyed this, please leave a comment, tell me what you think, leave a like, and please subscribe. And if you watch all the way to the end, I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys.